Congresswoman Ashley Hinson joining us live on News Talk 1540 KXEL. I have heard a lot of talk recently about our northern border. You have toured the southern border and talked about what a fiasco that is, but now I'm hearing that Vermont is being overrun by folks who are now finding that a porous way to come in. So in essence, while the attention's been paid by those who care about security, not the administration, on the southern border, apparently now the northern border is an issue. Let's talk about security of the continental 48.
Right, and that's what this is. It's the administration that has not lifted a finger to secure our border, whether it's on the southern border or the northern border. This is about keeping Americans safe, and they continue, in my mind, to turn a blind eye to the crisis that their policies have created. And we are going to continue to travel to the southern border telling that story, but I think it bears repeating that the vulnerabilities in our border are being exploited by not only illegal immigrants, but by the cartels. And I think we would be blind to say the cartels are only operating at our southern border. So we know that whether it's people on the terror watch list who have made their way across, true criminals who have made their way across, and those are the ones we've been able to catch. Ultimately, the long-term influx of immigrants at either border illegally is unsustainable. January was the 23rd consecutive month that our southern border had more than 150,000 illegal crossings. And to put that in perspective, obviously the population of Cedar Rapids is around 136,000. So just to think about that, the more than the entire population of the city of Cedar Rapids trying to cross our southern border every single month for 23 straight months. It has to stop.
What can Congress do? You're in the House. You now have a Republican majority. You have the power of the purse to some degree. Are there actions that you folks can take to try to force the administration's hand on this issue, or because of the nature of it and the fact that Democrats have a majority in the Senate, there are some limited options?
Right, because this administration has made its policy very clear. They want an open border, and they have enacted open border policies. Vice President Kamala Harris should just take border czar off of her resume as far as I'm concerned, because they have not done anything meaningful to actually solve this crisis at our southern border. What I think you'll see House Republicans do is, through the appropriations process, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has to come before us to ask for money for their budget. We will hold him accountable and publicly put him on the record on their failures at the southern border and the northern border, because, again, this is about national security, and this border crisis has made its way to our state in the form of drugs coming in our southern border, not to mention the influx of people here illegally. So that's what you'll see House Republicans do. We've also put forward plans that would actually fix and secure our southern border. Building the wall, we have funding allocated for that, and I think you'll see that in some of our policy proposals. We also want to make sure the CBP is adequately funded, not seeing funds diverted as we have, for instance, under Democrats, where they wanted to take money away from the CBP agents and instead use it to replant grasses at the southern border that had been trampled by illegal immigrants. That doesn't seem like a very good value to me to be undermining our border security so we can have nice flora and fauna at our southern border.